Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another month, another edition here of the Amantes de StarCraft number 38, your monthly dose of Brazilian StarCraft. I'm of course your VIP. With me, I'm joined by these amazing players, by the people in chat, and by my plushies as well. Welcome one and all. I do apologize for diverting from the schedule. For those that were aware, of course, we were scheduled to cast around an hour and a half ago. An hour and a half ago, we were going to be casting Code for Giants Cup, which is a different Brazilian tournament. Code for Giants Cup is a bi-weekly tournament. It is open, of course, to the Brazilian scene, and we do regularly host it on a bi-weekly basis. But if you're familiar with what's happening in the Brazilian scene right now, you would know that we spent the weekend covering the group stage of what is going to be an offline event. There's a big offline event happening in Brazil, happening in Sao Paulo, happening in June, and we have the open stage. The open stage was over the weekend. This upcoming in 2 weeks, I should say. In 2 weeks, we have the open stage, the group stage 2, and then the playoffs 2 weeks after that as well, leading up to the offline finals. So that is currently happening amongst the Brazilian scene, amongst Brazilian players, and because of that, because of the intensity, because of everything happening with that event, Code for Giants Cup here today was postponed. So Code for Giants Cup was postponed. That's why we didn't go live an hour and a half ago, and I don't know when it's going to come back. I don't know if it's going to come back after the offline event concludes or maybe in another 2 weeks. We'll see. But right now, a lot of the Brazilian players are focusing on preparing for those group stages and for those finals. There's a lot happening amongst the Brazilian players and amongst the Brazilian scene. Because of that, no Code for Giants Cup today, but instead we have Amantes. For those who are curious, Amantes is a different event. Amantes is a monthly I was gonna say invitational. I guess so. It is a monthly tournament where players are invited in based on their performances and seeding throughout other Brazilian events through point accumulation. So I say that I believe actually I believe it might be open as well, but regardless, it's a monthly tournament, and we actually missed out on this event. I want to say last week. It's been a little bit of time here since we've been able to. It was, I want to say, last weekend. This is typically a 2-day event. We were otherwise busy covering HSL. We were covering and casting the HSL, the Hispanic StarCraft League, so we were not able to cover Amantes live, which is why we're here, bringing this to you here and now via replay cast. So we have a replay cast instead. Again, usually this is taking place over the weekend. We rarely ever get to cast Amantes live, usually just via replays a couple of days or a week later. So here we are, still with some Brazilian StarCraft. So no Code for Giants Cup, but Amantes instead. So we got you, Pappy, we got you. So again, just for transparency's sake, of course, this is a replay broadcast from matches that happened during the weekend of the HSL. But we are here, we are back, and we are getting ready to jump into our first series of the broadcast. Here we go. So from top to bottom here, all first things first, we're going to be jumping into the upper bracket semifinals. We're going to be featuring a PvP between MasTeR and AlisoN. Let's go. Let us go. Just catching up with the chat. Welcome, bienvenidos todos as well. I see Sirius Black, our first quacker. I see Peon as well. Did redeem some replays, and if you do wish us to, I don't know if you actually have replays for us to cover. If you do, then there are a couple of different ways to get the replays to me. You can do so via Discord. If you join our Discord server, you can message me, you can DM me on Discord, you can message me the replays, and we will cover them. Likewise, you can also email them to us, cranklings@gmail.com. So we have an email, so you can also email your replays to us there if you wish, whichever way you do prefer. So yeah, get in contact so we can cover your replays, papi. Ay. Likewise, welcome Yedmi, see Noam Chomsky, Canoya as well. ¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estás? Canoya, good to see you. Pecoeta, Getcha as well, Late Chrononaut, and Dina as well. Welcome. As we're jumping into our first PvP, let's go. Jumping into game number 1. Game 1 is going to be on Amygdala. Dinagano. But here we go. Oh yes, all the Brazilian StarCraft. And again, the Brazilian scene has been getting much more intense as of late because of the big offline event that's happening. And this is another good way to get a feel on what the state of play is for a lot of these players coming into that offline tournament, coming into the Brazilian StarCraft 2 circuit. And this morning, in the bottom left-hand corner of Amygdala, we have the Brazilian Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Team The Bad. It is AlisoN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the Brazilian Protoss player, the Blue Protoss, representing Team Hellfire. It is MasTeR. we go. MasTeR, of course, he is the best Protoss. I'll go with Cannon Rushing. Gonna say MasTeR, he is the best Protoss player in all of Brazil, arguably the best Protoss player in all of Latino America. So MasTeR, he is one of the best here when it comes to Protoss in the region, in the scene. But AlisoN is a very cheesy, very cheeky player. He's coming in with the attempted cannon rush, and we have seen AlisoN cheese MasTeR out before. It's happened before, it can happen again, but ooh, MasTeR, he does actually fully wall off with his own forge. He scouts across the map, he does confirm the forge of his opponent, and so far MasTeR, he locks AlisoN out of the main. So far, a very strong response. Also, how do you combat a cannon rush with your own defensive cannons in PvP? So out there it is, there's the spray. AlisoN with the spray. Forge is already thrown down from MasTeR. We needed some cannons to protect the main, then we can get into a longer game state. Likewise, gas deal across the map to make sure that, alas, if AlisoN did want to proxy Stargate or proxy Robo, it is going to be delayed as well. Yeah, it is going to be delayed, as boys are being pulled to focus on the gas geyser. Likewise, gateway into Forge into Cybercore. MasTeR securing himself, and there is a cannon on the low ground, but yeah, it's gonna be denied. It's gonna be denied. Zealous spawns on the other side, and just like that, MasTeR, he shuts down the cannon rush. Again, just a really quick and really strong response. I would also say that MasTeR was most likely very fast to react to this, just because AlisoN has a reputation. I mentioned this before in the lead up to this, and MasTeR knows this as well, everyone does, at least in the Brazilian scene, is how cheesy AlisoN is as a player. We expect nothing but cheese, nothing but aggression, nothing but all-ins in all of his matches. Macro is a rare sight from AlisoN. Not something that we've never seen, but a rare sight nonetheless. Meanwhile, the pylon has been placed, so MasTeR will delay the attempted expansion here of AlisoN. As again, AlisoN from here is going to have to transition. I'm going to try to macro out of this. So far, a strong setup here from MasTeR. I mean, yes, both players are on one base, but the problem here is that MasTeR, he does have the better position so far, getting into warp gates, getting to his own extra gateways. We do have our technical choice from AlisoN. AlisoN going for a Twilight Council, going for an extra gateway, and MasTeR, he will see everything. He confirms a Twilight Council. Now, this could be the beginning of DTs. This could be the beginning of a Dark Shrine, for all MasTeR knows. Meanwhile, he does cyber block the low ground. MasTeR can now expand, and MasTeR good response, Robo. Now, Robo does allow you to go into Immortals and also allows you to get detection. Again, for all MasTeR knows, this could be a 1-base 4-gate blink all in, or it could be 1-base into DTs. It could be either one, and the Robo is a good response to both. Immortals for Blink Stalkers and Observer for DTs. So again, a strong response here by MasTeR. Again, the Cybercore did complete, so MasTER is heavily delaying any kind of would-be expansion, and he's forcing AlisoN's hand. Now, AlisoN has got 3 gates back at home, 3-gate Blink Stalker so far. I would imagine that AlisoN is going to go for a proxy 4th gate for a 4-gate 1-base Blink all in. I would imagine. Back at home, MasTeR, he can afford to stay on a lower gateway count. MasTeR can expand. Stalkers, they do poke out. Zold as well, and he's here to focus on the pylon, and once again to contain AlisoN for as long as possible. Yeah, AlisoN just locked in. He's locked in. Pylon goes down. More reinforcements have arrived. AlisoN can't do much here. Ooh, taking a lot of hits, and MasTeR just busting in. And GG. GG gets called. AlisoN had nothing to defend, had no extra stalkers, no extra reinforcements, and MasTeR takes game number 1. Whew. GG. GG, well played. A strong start here from MasTeR. Again, MasTeR, he was able to very quickly identify the attempted cannon rush and very quickly shut it down. I feel like that was just a really good example if you're out there, if you're Protoss, if you have to maybe even struggle against that sort of thing. I mean, it's a little bit disingenuous just because MasTeR is familiar with AlisoN, so there was a high chance that there would be a cannon rush. It's like mentally and physically, he was already prepared to react and to respond with something like a forge and something like a full wall. But again, just a really good reaction there from MasTeR. Did shut AlisoN down, and we'll see if AlisoN can bounce back coming into game number 2. Let's go. Let us go. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of King's Cove, we have our red Protoss player from Brazil, representing Team The Bad, down in the series. We'll see if he can recover. We'll see if we attempt another cannon rush or another form of cheese. It is AlisoN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have the blue Protoss player, the Brazilian Protoss representing Team Hellfire. It is MasTeR. And he's the heavy hitter. He is one of the favorites to take it all. Again, when it comes to a lot of these Brazilian tournaments, we typically look at the trio, the trifecta, kind of Russian, by the way. We look at players like MasTeR, Inexorable, and Eric. Eric being the strongest Zurich player in all of Brazil. We have MasTeR as the Protoss, and then Inexorable as the Terran. Those are the trio that usually trade back and forth. Every now and then you get players like AlisoN, or like Yan, or like Dorminoko, that can, or Kamikaze, that can threaten these players. Shakti is another good one. Meanwhile, MasTeR, once again, yeah, full wall. Just a blind full wall. MasTeR, of course, he saw there was nothing here at the ramp. He goes further in. He confirms the forge. Once again, gas steal out of MasTeR. So the same response. The same response. The gas steals to make sure that AlisoN is going to have a harder time transitioning this into something like a Robo all-in or a Stargate all-in, limited gas. MasTeR fully walls off. A Zealot is on the way, once again, to focus on that cannon. MasTeR from here just probing, and the next step here for MasTeR should be to pylon block the natural. As he checks the gases. Okay, the gas is done. Boys being pulled to focus it down. Cannon does complete here for AlisoN, true. Cannon is done. This was a much faster cannon from AlisoN, and he will contain. So Zealot is forced back. Cybercore is on the way. So unlike the previous game, this time we do see that AlisoN is more successfully containing MasTeR. And where do we go from here? Cybercore. In general, I do feel like AlisoN's response is a lot cleaner this time. He is much faster to kill the gas geyser. We'll take it. MasTeR does confirm. West Stalkers are on the way. We have a second cannon being thrown down for AlisoN. Let's go. Getting a second cannon. Again, just containing and walling this area up. As well off. And he's going to purchase Stargate. Okay. Again, this makes sense as to why he got the gas geyser as quickly as he did. Gonna be purchased Stargate. This should be either Void Ray or even Proxy Tempest. I'm leaning towards Void Rays for the time being. So AlisoN, he will continue to contain. MasTeR sneaks out with a probe. Does sneak out. Shield batteries on the way. And he is setting up his shield batteries. Likewise, AlisoN just setting up and securing that contain. We have 3 shield batteries, 2 cannons. MasTeR behind this working towards extra gateways. Not a Robo yet, or a Stargate. Void Ray production has begun. AlisoN massing up those Void Rays. And we'll see how MasTeR will approach this. For now, just try to break out. Going for the shield battery. And the shield battery is going to be targeted down. Oh my god. Yeah, just barely. Does take a lot of hits, so the shield battery does survive. Barely. Barely does survive. Void Ray is now out. MasTeR is in a bit of trouble here. He's in trouble. There are a lot of Stalkers, but remember, there's no blink. Like, there's no blink, there's no Twilight Council. It is awkward for these Stalkers to actually get under that Void Ray. This Void Ray should not actually go down. With Delicate Micro, the Void Ray can always pull back. We have a Robot on the way. Extra Void Ray, so it's going to be Void Ray Immortal. This is also why this can be so powerful as the aggressing player, because Void Rays, they don't have to worry about SimCity, right? They can freely move back and forth. Like, there's no terrain that can really hinder them. Oh! Stalkers, they move down to low ground. They focus on the first cannon. Going for the Void Ray. They get one volley, they get a second. First Void Ray goes down. Now they're going for the second as well, and looks like they should have enough DPS. Oh my god. Still, they're very intense. Leading out a lot of Stalkers. One more volley. Up! Can he get it? Not quite. Does spend the shields though, does spend the energy. There we go, Void Ray goes down, cannon as well. GG MasTeR, he does successfully break out. Whew, before the Robo finished, before there was too many Void Rays, and MasTeR, he will take the series 2-0. GG. GG, well played, MasTeR. He was able to break out. It was a bit of an awkward breakout there, but I do appreciate how he was able to catch the first Void Ray. Even spending some shots on the cannon was helping, because every shot that was going off, whether it was on Void Rays or on cannons, was spending energy on the shield batteries. And the shield batteries, towards the end, they were out of energy. Like, they had spent all that they had trying to preserve the cannons and the Void Rays. Eventually, they could no longer support. They were tapped out, and MasTeR, he was able to break that contain before the robot, before Immortal Production, before things got too out of hand. So MasTeR, he was on a timer, does break out. GG. GG well played. Again, very clean responses here from MasTeR in both Game 1 and Game 2 against the attempted cannon rushes, against the attempted cheese or aggression, all-ins, proxies. And MasTeR, he will advance on into the next round. GG. GG well played. MasTeR does advance on, and we here to determine who will face off against MasTeR in the upper bracket finals. Up next, we do have our next matchup. It's going to be a TBT between Inexorable and Firebat. Let's go.